Hello, it's me. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back. I'm back. We're doing solo games again. I'm doing a solo game. I just took a drink of water, which is why that starting soon was up for so long. Now there's a piece of ice, and it's not melting. Go away. My cold, dead fish mouth. Cold, dead frog mouth. Hello. I hope everybody's well. I'm playing As the Crow Flies. I rolled it on my wheel of games. Here's my proof. Never call me a liar. One down, like with like 200 to go. I think there's 200 games about on that wheel still. As the Crow Flies, it's a Carta game. I haven't played a Carta game in like a year. It seems simple enough, which is why I'm starting with this. I'm still trying to get back into things. There's not music playing in the background for you, but if anybody stumbles upon this and is clicking through trying to see how to play the game and wants full immersion, the playlist that I'm using is one on Spotify. It is just if you type in Wander Home, which is the name of another tabletop role-playing game that I've been looking into playing. I am listening to just the first playlist that pops up by somebody named Mateo. Thanks, Mateo. Good songs. This has sort of become my default for games where the themes are traveling or nature, things like that. It's got some pretty good songs on here. A lot of Simon and Garfunkel. You can't go wrong. We're not talking about Wander Home today. It's been in my head rent free lately, but right now I'm talking about As the Crow Flies, a Carta game. I've got it all set up in Tabletop Simulator. It came with a bunch of really cool tokens, which, if I was playing this physically, I probably wouldn't be able to use all these because that's a lot of printing. So if you play it, digitally, you can just sort of trim these out and use them. Even this crow token, that's us. That's us. It does have journaling elements too, and I think what I've decided is I just have a little notepad in front of me. And each time it tells me to journal something, I'll just write a sentence or two. I don't think it's going to be that important for anybody watching to see because, I'll just say what I'm writing out loud. It's mostly just for me to sort of remember and look back on after the game has finished. Of course, you can write on Tabletop Sim. It's just kind of annoying. All they have is this note card, which, it's not the best, but with that all out of the way, we're playing You Are a Crow. You hatched 1 month ago, and now you and your siblings are ready to leave the nest. There used to be humans here, but they all left. That's what your mama told you, and what her mama told her. Many lifetimes ago, the humans gathered into their rockets and flew to the stars. In the decades since, the Earth Mother has begun to retake the land and bring magic back to it. Green grass and vines cover the cities the humans left behind. Nature and magic thrive, offering comfort to those who wish it, and adventures for those who seek them, those such as yourself. You take flight from your nest, eager to explore. We the crow. We them crows, we them crows, we them crows. This must be locked. We them crows. I'm going to write our name. I didn't think of a name. Doesn't really matter because we probably won't be saying it. But if I was a crow, what would I call myself? Crow, bird. Let's go bird, D. Oh, you know what? D, burr, like the president. D, burr, the crow. D, burp. D-burp. Nice and simple. Alright, so I've already sort of read through here. And it's just set up like a normal Carta game. We have this starting one, which I'm going to plop right there. And it takes 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's just do here. And then here's the rest of the deck. We take out 22. I wanted to do this here. What the hell? Just so nobody would think I'm cheating. Oh, I guess I should have shuffled before that, because I could have just put the ones I wanted in. Burnt. 21, 22. All right, so these ones we do not need. They can go over there. Ooh. And then we add this Jack of Hearts. So the Jack of Hearts is our goal, and this is our current nest. So we're right there. We take this, we shuffle, and we lay these puppies out. 3, 4, 6. 2, 3, 4. Oh, they kind of overlap a little bit. Is that going to be okay? Oh, yeah, it's fine. Sorry. I'm honest. I'm honest to a fault. Doop, 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 doop. All right, here's our grid. Get that out of the way. All right. And 8 tokens, which I do have. 2, 6, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. And then there's 2 more tokens here, and then these are exploration tokens, which from what I understand, where is it? When you move to a new card, you spend 1 of these feather tokens and move to an adjacent card. You can move diagonally. And then we checked our prompt. Where's explorations? If you run out of feather tokens, the game ends. It doesn't necessarily mean that you like die, just that you have to pick a home that isn't maybe perfect for you because you don't have all the options that you would if you explored more. But you still get to pick a home. So it's just an ending. It's not necessarily like losing. Exploration tokens, there they are. Anytime we pull a club card, you gain an exploration token, and you have to have all 4. Not before you find the Jack of Hearts. You can find Jack of Hearts before you get all 4, but if you do, you have to keep exploring until you have all 4, and then you can go back to the Jack of Hearts club, to the Jack of Hearts card, which I'm assuming anytime you move, you have to pay up 1 of these, I'm assuming. And you can only have 10 feather tokens. I think that's all the rules. I am notorious at misreading rules and playing games wrong, so if that happens, you can't do anything to me because I'm so fragile about it. It is what it is. I reserve the right to completely play a game wrong from start to finish. Speaking of start, no, I skipped a page. I think we just go. I think it's just time to mosey along. Get your music ready. Are you getting your music ready? I'm going to take a drink before we do this. And we'll get flying. I've had another thought as we're getting ready to start here. And I will not be role-playing as a crow. Thanks so much. You will not hear a single caw out of me. That's all there is to it. Okay, we're spending a feather token. And we're moving this way, because why not? It's the 10 of hearts. Where are the hearts? 10 of hearts. Oh, we're close. Almost. Imagine it was the first one we pulled as Jack of Hearts. Boy. When you sleep in this grove, your dreams are filled with visions of the past. A crow from 1,000 generations back. A crow-like creature with scales as well as feathers. And a flat-headed fish with a naturally armored body. What wisdom do you garner from your ancient ancestors while you sleep? Damn, the crow's getting deep as soon as he gets out of the house. It's Deeber's spiritual awakening. Immediately, as soon as you leave. I feel like that's very relatable. As soon as you like break out for the first time, and get away from the place that sort of raised you, and find a new place, you're like, oh dang. It's like this feeling of connection where you get somewhere else and you're like, this is kind of similar. I feel like maybe, if he grew up in a safe place, Deber, they probably, it was probably a grove like this. And like when you break out into the world, you get out there and you're like, dang, there's this feeling of connection where it's like everything is different, but also everything just feels the same here. So I feel like that's probably the wisdom that you get. That was me. That's me in college. When I'm like, damn, I really need to get to like a city because I grew up in the middle of nowhere and all these people, blah, 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 blah. These people are like closed-minded and whatever. And then you get to a new place and you're like, wow, it is sort of just much of the same. Right on, D-Burr. Right on. Alright, so I just wrote down, as much as things change, they also stay the same. Our ancient wisdom. So, we don't get anything and we don't lose anything, so that's good. Alright, he's just going to keep moving, and I think probably the strategy is just to kind of clear this first row here. At least maybe until something bad happens. Oh, we got a club. I think that is a place. We gain one of these, so we'll leave this here whenever he moves on. Clubs are just locations, specifically. I think it says what each one is. Where was that page? So the one we were at, hearts are magic and mystery, things that stand out among the natural world. Clubs are flora and scenery. Diamonds are fauna, other creatures that you find in your travels. And spades are resources that help keep you alive and comfortable. Back to the clubs. Always gain an exploration token when moving to a club card. And we got 7. A pine tree looms over the woods around it, its cones long and slender, its crown disappearing into the clouds. What can you see from the top of your potential new home? Oh, so it's sort of like, D-Burr is not very far into their journey, but they're already like, wow, like this cool place, it's different. We've been in groves, and now we're like, we're at the top of this tree. So obviously we can see the groves over here. And then we go to the top of this pine tree, disappearing into the clouds. I think it probably is just hills. Hopefully there's like some hills off in this area. Because grove to me means more like flat forest. So I think I'm looking over here and I'm seeing some hills. Maybe hoping for mountains. Cool, D. Alright, so we've got 1 out of 4 exploration tokens that we need. Spend another feather. Spam. Oh my god, I thought that was it for a second, but it's hearts. It's hearts that we need, not spades. I don't remember what spades are. Spades. A brick building stands alone, appearing to be an old place of worship for the forgotten humans. Gain 1 feather token. Cool. What offering do you leave the Earth Mother, and what does she gift you with in return? I feel like we don't have that much. What do you leave home with, you know? Since D-Burr still has quite a few feather tokens, so we could leave some food. I think maybe some food and maybe a pine cone from that pine tree that we found, because since we got an exploration token there, I feel like it makes sense to take something from there just to remember, as a sort of reminder to come back, or like, this is a viable option, we should come back here. So I think we leave a little bit of food and a pine cone, and in return, I think I'm going to get a little goofy with it and say that maybe the Earth Mother gives us a little acorn hat, or like an acorn that we decide to wear as a hat. I want to draw it on this guy. Oh, brother. I don't know how to draw an acorn. Bloop. Yeah. It's our little acorn hat. Looking stylish. Okay, we move on. Thank you, Mother Nature. Bang. A diamond. Okay, we've got all the suits represented right in a row. What page am I on? Diamonds, diamonds. Diamonds. Oh wait, we didn't read this first one. Retcon. Just for 1 second, just so I can read this. This is your home. This is where your parents settled and built a life for themselves. You hatched here and have spent your entire life in this nest. It's time to fly free for the first time and seek out a new home of your own. What kind of home are you looking for? What do you hope to see on your journey? Alright, since I skipped that, I'll say you really left home without any hopes or expectations, which is a good way to do it. Obviously, you should have like hopes and dreams and things that you want, but I think the best way to go about life is to have no expectations, at least at the very start, until you get a grasp of what you actually want. Just fucking go for it. Like, who cares what you're gonna see out there? You're gonna see something. So don't expect anything. Hope for things, but don't expect anything, you know? So I'm saying nothing. What do you hope to see on your journey? Stuff. Things. And guess what? We already did. Congrats. Okay, now the one that we're actually on. A river. The river here is tumultuous, with white water spraying into the air and dampening the rocks around it. What can you reflect upon while watching the rapids? So diamonds were just, were like flora? Or fauna? There's no animals here, so I guess flora. Reflect upon while watching the rapids. Well, we're sort of down tokens, so I feel like probably starting to think about supplies and food. So for sure, like stopping, resting here, drinking water for a little bit, but then also thinking about like the fish and trying to catch some fish and obviously not succeeding because we don't have enough we don't have enough feather tokens. We didn't gain any. And probably because it's too tumultuous. Hate it when my river is too tumultuous. I think that's what we're up to as we're watching the rapids here. And just like that, it's time to mosey. Heyo, more clubs. More potential homes. We've got another token. Animals and spirits live in harmony in a beautiful field over the bones of an ancient human city. What do they have to offer each other, and what could you bring to them? If you lived here, oh damn, they're asking for our skills and our resume. A beautiful field over the bones of an ancient human city. That's giving me Sweet Tooth vibes. I just finished watching the show Sweet Tooth, and now I'm reading the comics. And the show had major vibes of things like that. Like, it's reminding me of the zoo that they were in that abandoned city. Which would be very cool if that's what's going on here, is animals living in like an old abandoned zoo, or like a place like Central Park of New York City. That would be very cool. What do they offer each other? I'm assuming they have just a thriving society. The question is, what does D. Burr have to offer apart from their hat of acorn? What could you bring to them if you lived here? I think it's just the spirit of crows, and what they do is they've got really good eyes for things, for finding things. And that would only be amplified in this world where all the animals are probably smarter now, without people to mess them up, and with magic thriving. So I think probably what we would have to offer is a keen eye, a lookout, a shiny things finder. Okay, we're getting kind of low on tokens, but let's move on. 8 of diamonds. Dang, it is getting warm in here. Bro. You hate to see it. 8. A calm section of river is dammed by a colony of beavers. That's interesting. So we had river here, and this river like ran through this city. Shloop, and now we're up here. Dammed by a colony of beavers, what wisdom do you exchange with the colony? Well, I'm assuming we talk about the city that we just left. Maybe they were part of this animal community and left. because something happened. Political machinations of these animals? Yeah, that's probably what happened. Beavers were probably just like, this place is too organized. You know how something, that's such a common trope in media, if in an apocalypse, there's always the camp that the heroes get to, and they're like, wow, this is really well run. And you get the perspective from somebody else who's like, yeah, maybe it's a little too good to be true. And you find the people who are sort of rebelling against that and leaving because it's... And maybe there's somebody power hungry who's hanging out in this city. Maybe they just have different perspectives on anything. It could be like food control. It could be where they live. It could be the relationship to the humans who left. Maybe the people in this, the animals who live in the city are all like, fuck the humans who used to live here. And the beavers are like, well, you know, it's more complicated than that. It's just, they were here and now they're not here anymore. And it is what it is. Yeah, I think that's probably it. There's just some sort of political difference that these animals have that stopped them from once living in the city. And so Dee gets this other perspective because this is one of their potential homes. They should know exactly what they're getting into if they do decide to live there. Thanks, beavers. And Dee just tells them about where they came from. Dee doesn't have a whole lot to offer. Still not a whole lot of different experiences, but yeah. Maybe tells them about this river over here and is like, hey, this part of the river is a little wacky. If you ever want to do something about that. So wise. So wise, Dee. Alright, I think we keep moving this away. And hope upon hope that we get some supplies soon. Because otherwise... Uh-oh. Oh, wait, is this the end? It's our ending die. Let me see what it says. Goal card. Amid a clearing sits an effigy built by the first crows, wayfarers who created a direct link to the Earth Mother. Whoa, that's cool. Gain 1 feather token. When you commune with the Earth Mother, what guidance does she give you towards finding your new home? Ooh. I think this comes at a perfect time. We've seen a place that it was like our first right out of the jump. We were like, this place is awesome. This could definitely be our home. And then whenever we hit this second place, it had sort of the same reaction of like, this place is awesome, communal living, this could be our new home, there's communities on communities. And then immediately afterwards, getting that perspective of maybe not, it's not for everybody, and there's all these different sides to the story, so you can't exactly straight out of the bat trust somebody. And then immediately afterwards, finding this this important statue or effigy to the Earth Mother, who, she is all of this. She's everything that we've been to. I like that a lot. What guidance does she give us? Yeah, I think it's probably just getting a feeling of patience. Because, this is a little bit meta, but since this is the goal card, this is the end. So, Dee doesn't know that, but Dee, I think, would feel just like a crazy, strong feeling of peace and be like, you know what? I got all the time in the world. I got all the time in the world. Dee doesn't know that they still have to find 2 more exploration tokens. But I think just gaining a feeling of patience and not immediately jumping to, oh, this could be the home for me. Oh, this could be the home for me. And just taking it slower. And seeing what you find out there. Thanks, Earth Mom. Sick. Should we get crazy with it and go this way? I think yes. Ooh, a King of Hearts. Cool. Oh god, we only have 2. Among the desolate and uninhabited ruins of an ancient human city, another human city right next to this. That's interesting. The spirits of humans long since deceased wander the streets looking for purpose. What do these spirits teach you about the fall of humanity, and what can you learn from the information? I love that too. Because over here it mentioned spirits, but it wasn't specific about whether they were human spirits or animal. I sort of took them to mean animal or just not like a concrete thing, just general spirits that you feel. This one is specifically human city, dead human people looking for purpose, not animals here. This isn't like a suitable habitat for us because there's humans here. But I feel like this is definitely the way other perspective, because we got this perspective of animals, we got this middle perspective of maybe they aren't always on the right page, and then we've got human perspective over here. What do they teach you about the fall of humanity, and what can you learn from the information? Okay, so we're getting, this is like the lore. The lore. I mean, humans didn't completely destroy the earth because we're here. And we're having a grand old time just calmly searching for a place to live. So what happened instead? It's possible that they got close, but I wouldn't say it's like a nuclear war type of scenario. And they didn't do anything that fucked up like air quality too bad. Maybe it was the ground. Just expending all the resources that you can. Just like a very quiet but very sad whimper. Like ending humanity with a whimper of like, oh, it's going to happen. Like we've used all of our resources. The ground is bare. Because animals don't need any of that shit that's in the ground. It was people, only people were the ones that were taking it. So it's just everything. I think coal was gone, oil was gone, like precious gems were all gone. Like everything's just blip. They used it all up and they said, well, we can't stay here. We're slowly fucking up the earth. Like it's not to the point where climate change is horribly bad and we're all dying like now. But without this coal and without, as climate change progresses, we're going to be fucked up. And that's why they decided to leave. To space. To space. You can't heat your homes. Just go to the coldest place ever. Space. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. It's just like a whimper of humanity going out. Did not end with like a big bang, giant war, everybody fighting each other. I think they just sort of one day were like, oh, everything has run out. Everything has run out. And I'd say what could a crow learn from that? I mean, just taking appropriately, which animals are very good at. Crows, specifically, are collectors, right? So they, what am I trying to say? Crows are collectors. They do take things and keep them and just sort of have them. So I feel like it is a good lesson for a crow to be like, careful what you're taking, especially a young crow who's just getting out there for the first time, getting out and seeing the world. Careful what you take. Yeah, I like that. I've yapped way too long about this one. It took me forever to get to that, to reach that point, that idea. Careful what you take, D. Okay, well, we gotta move on. We're so close to being out of these, so I feel like we should stay close. So instead of going up and instead of going that way, we're gonna go down. And Please give us something. Nope, it's just another heart. Ay. Out of feathers unless we get one on the next turn after we use this one. We're out. We gotta pick one of these places to live. That would be bittersweet. Okay, this one. A lake of perpetual ice fills a snowy basin with no river flowing in or out. What kind of life do you see below the ice? Whoa. Ice fishing. This crow going ice fishing. I think at this point we are desperate for food. And we're sort of desperate for warmth. So I think D probably does try to go ice fishing where they're pecking at the ice trying to get... Surely there's like shrimp below. Crayfish. Crayfish. In this lake. And they don't succeed. D does not get any fish, any crayfish, nothing. But yeah, life is teeming whenever there's ice on a lake. That is a really cool thing to see. Fish everywhere. Fish everywhere. I don't have much to say about that one. Fish everywhere. What's that from? Oh, it's Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. There's fish everywhere. Fish everywhere. What is this? 8 of hearts. I'm just writing fish everywhere. I have been writing every time, too. I haven't really been saying what I'm writing because I'm saying it. Trust me, trust me. Oh, a club. Oh, nuts. Unless this club is going to give us something good, we might just have to live here. Although that would be kind of cool. We only got 3 exploration tokens. A massive lake sits in the crater of an ancient volcano, and an island near the rim is said to be home to powerful natural magic. Would you rather explore the extensive shore of the lake or settle on the island? Extensive shore of the lake or settle on the island. You know what? If we do live here, we've got time for both. I think what is D's for sort of first thought here? Magic? Or the shore? Magical island or the shore? I think D's been exposed to enough magic that they're probably curious about it now. We've seen some cool things. We've seen some lots of ghosties. Here's some ghosties. We saw that effigy built by crows. There were some spirits here. What was it? Somewhere around here, there's just like a very magical feeling place. Yeah. I think D would head towards the island and just see what kind of magic is there. And because we're out of tokens, and we only have 3 exploration tokens, we have to decide where we're going to stay. So I'm going to read through these again. This was the pine tree. A pine tree looms over the woods around it, its cones long and slender, its crown disappearing into the clouds. And we just saw the hills, so clearly there's probably hills over here. That was what we were looking at, and then there was the river and the cities over here, and the lake. I don't know if this would be a very suitable home. It's just so close to home, you know? This one's very close. This one's very far away. This was the city. Animals and spirits live in harmony in a beautiful field over the bones of an ancient human city. But then, of course, we learned that everything is not as it seems. Maybe not as perfect as it comes across, and maybe it would be a bit of a struggle to live there, and you'd have to make some hard decisions, maybe cut some things off, make some sacrifices in order to live there and to sort of fit in with the people who already live there. And then we've got our island. Our lake in the crater of an ancient volcano. That's just so metal. I think you would have to live there. Powerful natural magic. Yeah, I feel like D's maybe ready to sort of embrace the more magical parts of life because they've seen so much magic. So I think they would head towards the island, and then of course, anytime they want to, they live there. They can explore that shore and take a look at the volcano anytime they want to. But yeah, I think they would stay and live on this island. And that's the end. 0 feather tokens. Let me read this again. You're alive and healthy. You don't have the strength or the drive to continue exploring. Yeah, so we got almost exactly half of the board before we ran out. If you've not found the perfect location, doesn't mean you can't find joy and fulfillment in what you have found. Write a few sentences about the life you make for yourself and explain how you manage to find contentment. We may not always succeed in our goals. We may not always find the perfect answer, but we can still find joy in the cards we are dealt. Hey, remember what I said about expectations? If you set out for the first time with very few expectations, then, whatever happens. And hopefully it's enough for you. I think it's surely enough for D. Found a lot of magic and got to talk to different people. Got to experience a lot of different things. Maybe not as much as they'd hoped, but hey, they didn't have expectations. So ho, got a new home. So I guess you just make a nest. And then I saw something cool where this alternate gameplay option, if you've played at least once before, you can choose to use the new home chosen in your last game as the start card for a new game. You're the child of your previous crow, and you've spent your life until this point living where your parent ended up. Replace the 2 of diamonds with whichever card you chose as your new home in your last playthrough, which is pretty cool. D's starting a family with this other crow, except D's the one wearing the acorn hat, of course. D wears the hat in this family. And we have little crows, and someday they will grow up. And maybe they'll find the city. And they'll decide to live there. Or maybe they'll live with the beavers. Oh, D's close enough that they can go visit the beavers. We love that. Just fly over the lake. Cool, fun first try. I lost. I know we're not supposed to use that word. But I lost. I did do that. I did lose. I kind of want to see what some of these other cards are. Boop. We've got this one, which is a river with a waterfall. We've got... Oh, that one would have gained us a feather token. So which ones are mostly feather token cards? Not a whole lot of them. But it seems sort of like... Diamonds, I got a couple. My Spotify's playing me that song that goes send me on my way. That song that goes hearts. Oh, spades. Okay, so spades has a lot. We had that one spade. Let's see if we would have had any more. Oh no, they were all over there. Yeah, but really not a lot. We had a lot of magic cards. Cool, good run through though. So gain one. It was just 1 each time you roll on one of those. Okay. That was fun. Oh boy, it's only been 40 minutes. Nice and short. Short, sweet Carta game. That was fun. Happy for you, D. With your beady eye. I like the physical components of this game. Like I said before, these were all... when you get the game, you get these feather tokens here. A sheet of feather tokens. They had a sheet of these exploration tokens, and then they had... these. I don't know I don't remember if they had the these cards as a printout. Actually, let me check. Because why not? We've got time. No, come back. Wait, why do these cards look different? Wait, let me show you. What's up with that? I mean, I don't know when I downloaded this PDF, so it's very possible that it's changed. Since they wrote this. I don't see... Whoa, look at all these community copies. Cool stuff. Bugga 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 ba. Ooga bugga 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 ba. Do 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 do. Okay, I'm assuming. No, it did not come with like specific cards that you could print out. That would be crazy. That would be so ambitious. Just a sheet of tokens. Here, I'll show you. That's what it comes with. Very cute. And very easy to put on Tabletop Simulator. I know a lot of people are not into digital play. I do it just so I can record these, so I can watch them back, but I get it. A lot of people are like, blah, blah, blah. I'm not playing this on the computer. Tactile gaming. Whatever, dude. Some of us hate owning stuff and having things. Cool. That was As the Crow Flies. Didn't take very long. That was kind of short. You know what? Take a peek up yonder, up on the left there, and you'll notice something. I changed my usernames on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. It was ToadkillVT, and I got self-conscious because obviously I'm not VTubing right now. I mean, I guess that this is sort of what it is, but just in my everyday life, like when I'm role-playing or when I'm applying for different role-playing things, I feel like the branding of just Toadkill makes more sense. I would love to someday have just Toadkill on Twitter, on Twitch, because those usernames aren't being used for anything, but it wasn't happening. So right now it's Toadkill, TOADKI, capital IL. Horrible for search engine optimization, but I'm just a guy. I'm not trying to do this for any other reason. But it actually looks pretty good on, for example, my Twitch. Let me see if I can find something just to show it off. I'm zooming in. Where the hell is display capture? Look. That looks pretty good. That's pretty good. Toadkill. You can just barely see the difference between these two. I love it. I like it. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to show that right quick. As a little me update. Awesome. As the Crow Flies, in the bag. That was a short one. I kind of feel bad. It's probably good to keep them short. as short as I reasonably can. Maybe someday D-Burr will return, but probably not publicly, like on YouTube. But maybe the son of Burr will show up and go on his own journey. Just in my brain. That was a really fun game. I realized I didn't really talk about it at all. So the music is, at this point, the music is distracting me. It's nice whenever I have something else to think about, but the second that all goes away and it's just me and you chatting, me, myself, and I, it's too much. I'm taking my headphones out. Fun game. Love a Carta. I haven't played one in like a year. But it's nice. I'm trying to just decide. It's hard doing more journaling heavy games. So it's nice whenever you have like a Carta or Guillotine, which I played last time. But I'm trying to figure out ways to make journaling games easier to do. I don't want to just review them because I'm so fucking shit at stuff like this. Clearly, it's happening right now. Where like I don't know what to say. You saw me play it. Clearly, I liked it, but I don't know how to articulate that. Fun game, anyway. Fun game. More games coming soon. It's so hot, I have to leave. I have to turn my fan on. I'm losing it. I'm losing my marbles. I'm getting Snapchat notifications. I'm getting ready for Halloween Horror Nights. People are stressing me out. Happy Halloween, everyone. Right now it's Pride Month too. It's still July. But when August hits, that's Halloween. That's when Halloween starts naturally. Can you believe Halloween Horror Nights Scream early tickets went up from $40 last year to $55? Are you kidding me? $55 for 2 hours. We buy Scream early tickets so we can ride E.T. It's a $55 E.T. ride. Nightmare. Okay, that's it. I'm going completely off the rails. I have to turn my fan on. I wonder if you can hear this. I'm actually going to turn my fan on so I can see what it sounds like. This is a test. I have just a tiny little fan. My computer's in a basement, and I'm very grateful, but it's still so hot. It's so hot down here. I can't even imagine what it's like up top. We're living in no AC world. Okay, it's probably a good enough test. I'm talking while the fan is talking, and then I'm going to be silent for 5 seconds. Impossible challenge. Okay, and now I'm turning it off. Perfect. Love it. Alright, I'm out of here. Before I sweat through my shorts. Back soon with more games. Loved you as the crow flies. But now we're grounded. Goodbye. Farewell. See you next time. Oh, wow. Look, it says it right there. See you next time. Who'da knew? That's not a saying. Goodbye. See ya.